Welcome to another edition of Strange New Adventures. We are doing the Star Trek Adventures core rulebook, the Star Trek Adventures second edition campaign. It's a starter campaign, and we are doing the first one, which is called Incursion Point, and we are now starting Act 2, which is called The Fall of Cressida. Last week, or last month, previously on, we left Lieutenant Hernandez in the core room monitoring Brazonians feeding on gradionic radiation. Ensign Tanan is coordinating evacuations at our beam-out site. Commander Venjaxa is establishing a second beam-out site with pattern enhancers. Dr. Viral has returned to Challenger to treat critical injuries and has left medics and nurses on Cressida. Commander Thravik, after defusing a potential riot, is now checking on Ensign Tanan's progress. And Commander Nelazen is returning to Cressida after ferrying a shuttle load of refugees to the Challenger. And as this happens to set the mood, a horrible tearing and screeching sound shakes the city of Cressida, and the ground moves with enough force to knock everyone off their feet. Civilians and Starfleet personnel alike stare in horror as one of the domes, a full third of the city, peels away from the rest of the structures and begins a slow, devastating fall into the planet's lower atmosphere. A richly dressed Orion woman turns around to you and shouts, "There's still evacuees over there." And we begin Act 2.
Commander's Log Supplemental. We have begun the evacuation of Cressida on Kizomic 6. However, the invasive species causing structural failure throughout the city has proven to be notable, resilient, as well as effective. In a sudden and shocking event, one large section of the city's structure has broken away completely.
Okay, so that's bad news for you guys, right? The whole chunk of the city is falling. I'm just going to give you the bad news right away. That falling district is moving way too fast to try to even attempt to get a transporter lock on, so that's out, okay? And it will eventually be crushed by the planet's hard deck. You have like minutes. So there are 10 civilians trapped on the falling district at the transporter room, basically. Okay. Commodore Zen, since you're already piloting a shuttle down, might suggest you try to catch up to the falling platform.
Could Commodore Zen beep on Challenger and ask the possibility of a tractor beam to stabilize the falling platform just enough for the civilians to be evacuated?
With Challenger in orbit, it would take Challenger at this moment way too long to get into like that lower part of the atmosphere, especially with all of the debris and other factors that are happening in the atmosphere to be able to attempt that. So it's really up to you if you want to try and get down there. Like, it would take too much time for Challenger to get into space.
Time for some dairy flying.
You're up for it?
Let's go.
Okay, so what does that look like to you?
So, Commodore Zen has focuses on helm operations, starship tactics, team dynamics, and zero-G maneuvers.
Okay. Don't necessarily into zero-G right now. I'll just read this for you and then give you a couple more suggestions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're deciding to go down, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you're going
attempt some fancy flying.
All right, so as your shuttlecraft descends through the thick swirling crowds of Cosmotic 6, the planet's harsh atmosphere fights you at every turn. Lightning arcs through the dense gas layers, and gravity fluctuations make even the Challenger's most sophisticated sensors, who are monitoring you, struggle to maintain a stable reading. The glowing remains of Cressida are visible below, great chunks of the city's foundation already breaking away, drifting toward the gas giant's depths. If you don't land soon, as I already said, you may not have a city left to save. So while you're flying down, I do have one more suggestion. Commander Thravik, because you are, I think, if I have all of your stats and stuff correctly, I think you are a touch of a better pilot than Commodore Zen and would be able to help her. So I'm going to suggest a crazy plan, and I will tell you ahead of time that you would only have one chance to try it.
Fun.
So let me tell you, you could attempt a site-to-site transport onto the shuttle. I know we talked about this, I think, like all the way back at session 1 about whether that technology was realized. Yeah, I did some research. It was, but it was only used in like crazy emergencies like this and was considered to be pretty dangerous. So if you want to do it, if you want to try that, let me know, and then we could talk about how that'll work.
I would say let's go for it.
All right. So let me give you the bad news with this then. Because of everything going on with, what's 5, Chris?
5 difficulty 5.
No, oh no. I was, come on. I am a gracious GM.
I only have 3 dice here. Just be merciful.
If you're going to attempt it, it's going to be a daring plus engineering for a difficulty of 4 because of all of the debris, the fact that the shuttle is moving at a very fast pace, the radiation in the atmosphere. I am willing to listen to arguments about why that could be a 3. You could talk me down, but it'd have to be a really good argument.
Okay, so Zen has a daring of 9 and a con of 3. That's what I'm using, right?
Well,
That
it would
brings-
be, so I would have Commander Xanthus do the Thravic do the roll because they're beaming onto the shuttle. I have rolls for you in a couple of minutes. I think 4 is fair because of the fact that it's at this point still experimental technology and a fast moving shuttle and all the debris and atmospheric disturbances.
Almighty GM Julian.
I'm listening.
So just for my slow brain here to understand, the plan as of right now is to have Commander Xanthus Thravic to beam to the shuttle to assist the Commodore to fly the shuttle into the storm.
Yes, and land on the falling piece of the city.
So now, Commander, is that the risk worth the reward?
Well, with that high of a risk, we're not going to complete it unless we happen to roll a 1 and get a double.
You can also spend threat and give me threat back if you want to buy dice.
So I want to remind everybody
Because-
that everyone starts with 1 determination. Nobody has used their determination yet because we forgot that it existed.
I think
Yeah.
you did, right, Chris? Yeah, Chris used
Oh,
it.
you
Yeah,
used
yeah.
1.
But-
I know I got an extra 1. I have 2
Yep.
for being annoying.
That's up for you guys to decide. If you
So,
want.
and I also, one of my abilities is intense, but it's going to add threat.
How much does it say? 1 or how many?
It's 1.
Okay.
Just for me to understand. So, if Commander Thravic is flying the shuttle, what are his attributes? How much better pilot is he compared to Commodore Zen?
So he has.
That's what I'm trying to
I got
gauge.
you. So he has a daring of 11.
11.
And well,
Mhm.
actually, hold on. I'm sorry. 1 second. Has better control than actually you have a better control, but he has a better daring to try and make the attempt on the thing, but has a better con than you. He has a con of 4.
So we are talking about
1 point.
1 point.
Yeah.
Is it worth all this trouble for 1 point better? That's what I'm trying to figure out as a player.
You're the captain.
But
Commodore.
I'm a player. This is teamwork.
Well, and we could only purchase, because we only have the 1 momentum, we could only purchase 1. So even my threat wouldn't be, well, other than I get a bonus momentum.
You can use your determination, and
That
that
too.
if you use it before, it gives you an automatic 1, which counts as 2.
Okay.
And if you use it after, I think you can re-roll 1 of your dice or something. You can decide whether to use it before or after.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, Fef, could you actually do me a very quick favor while we're doing all this?
Yes, sir.
I was actually supposed to make you do a quick roll just to pilot the shuttle. Can you,
Yes, sir.
with a difficulty of 1, just roll me a control and engineering, please, for a total of 13, please.
So difficulty of 1 means 1 dice. Yes?
2 dice.
One die.
2 dice.
2 dice. And I have to
No matter
have one
what, it's always
success.
2d20. Yep, you only need 1 success though.
Okay. So I have to, for me to remind the rules, I have to roll 2 dice. And if I get lower than 13 is a success.
Yes.
And if I get 2 of them lower of the success, I get 1 momentum that the group can spend.
Yes, correct. And then also, can somebody roll for the shuttle as well a sensor plus con for a total of 6? Just 1 dice to help. Chris, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I got a 4 and a 6.
All right, so you gain a momentum, so that's good. And then Chris, what'd you get?
3.
Okay. So I don't know if that goes towards momentum or not, but because you guys are low and I'm feeling generous and you're doing risky shit, I'm going to give you the 2 extra momentum. So you have 3 momentum right now.
Can I?
As this is happening, the city is falling fast.
Can somebody explain to me how presents work?
Presence is like your demeanor, right? Like how you
carry yourself.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I'm looking for. How you carry yourself as an officer, as a person.
Got it.
Like when Riker walks into a room as opposed to when Geordi walks into a room.
Exactly.
It's got a different presence.
So
And
by the
what
way,
is
just
the-
so you know, the shuttle is you're making your way down and it's flying at peak efficiency because you rolled that. So
and determination, how does that work?
The determination, everybody starts with 1. I don't know if it's at the beginning of the act or the scene or the game.
I think it's at the
But we all
beginning
start
of
with one.
the whole this adventure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hold on, I don't actually have it memorized. I have to look through the rule book every time. But if you use a determination before you there we go. If you use it before you roll the dice, you get one of your dice automatically as a 1, which counts as 2 successes. And if you use it after rolling, you may re-roll any number of d20s in your dice pool. Determination may only be spent in certain circumstances, as described on page 18.
Okay. All right. So we're doing crazy shit. That's on you, Commander. I will give you the free pass. You can sit this one out if you so wish.
I am here for whatever you would like. I will follow your lead. I am willing to risk it if you want to risk it.
All right, let's risk it.
Okay.
All right. So, so we're sticking with the difficulty of 4. That is where are my notes? That is a daring and engineering. And again, you have 3 momentum to spend, and you could also spend threat. Like basically give me threat.
Right.
I spent early on, I spent 3 threats, so I'm at 5 right now.
So, and it's when I succeed at a task, when I purchase 1 or more d20s, I add to threat and I generate momentum for each d20 purchase.
Okay. So what are we doing for the roll?
You're
You're starting with 2.
This might actually be good to use the determination.
Okay. Do you have the rule book up, Jesse?
Yeah. What do you need?
On 18, how can she use her determination here?
Okay, so when you attempt a task or are otherwise in a difficult situation and 1 or more of your values would be helpful in the current situation, you may spend determination. When you spend determination, choose one of the benefits in the determination spends table. And then that's just what I said. You may re-roll 1 or you can spend 1 beforehand to get an automatic 1. You cannot have more than 3 at any time. Determination can be used to pull off exciting stunts, provide an edge during tense situations, or otherwise help to advance the story.
Okay.
It does also.
There's a whole page worth of it, but
I was going to say too. It does also say that you can only do so if like one of your values, I think, matches the situation that's happening too.
Right. And for Thravic, I think it does. Ready for action for sure. And
Yeah.
loyal to Commodore Zen.
And
This
loyal.
would be a big help to the Commodore. So I would say it applies here.
But you can also get it back if you do something super cool and in character. So.
That's true. Yep. All right. So are we doing the determination?
Yeah.
And then so that immediately before it even rolls is a success.
I can, yes. That's what it sounded like. So I could turn one of those. So basically, I wouldn't roll one and it's automatically a
Just
one.
turn it to 1, yeah.
Okay. So and then you're using a momentum. Where
I'd only need to buy one if the other 2 dice are successful.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I think you need to buy them ahead of time.
yeah,
Okay. So do you want to spend 1 momentum and 1 threat? Do you want to use all your momentum? Because I think it's 2 momentum for like a 4th dice. You know, I think it's like 1 for a 3rd, 2 for a 4th. I think that's how momentum works.
Mm-hmm. Unless you have a special ability.
Unless you have a special ability.
see, like I said, my only would be if that, like I said, the intense
Right.
would make it so that I'd add the threat, but it's only if I only get the momentum back if I succeed.
Okay.
That's the way I read it.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, yeah, try it out. Okay. So you're going to give me a threat back and
Yep.
spend 1 momentum for the 4 dice. And one of them's already a success. Is it already a 1? So,
Right. So
okay.
I only need to roll 3 of them.
Okay. Yep.
Correct?
So, yep. So you actually have 2 successes.
You need 2 more?
2 more. Do me a favor, take away that momentum, Chris.
Done.
Okay. And then yeah, so roll 3 more for me, please.
I have an 11, a 3, and a 1.
Oh shit. Okay, so that is fucking awesome. So with the 2 successes and then God, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get 3 momentum, I believe, from that, right?
Well, I get 2 because we bought the 2 die and
Yep.
I succeeded. So I get 1 momentum back for that.
Yeah.
Or do I get 2 because I bought
You
2?
got I think you're getting a bunch of momentum here because
You get momentum for every 1 over. So if you needed a 4 and you rolled 6 successes, you get 2 momentum back, right?
yeah.
Am I?
So
Yeah, so yeah, I got 6 success.
Woo.
so 6 success and needed 4, so 2 momentum plus
2.
the bonus is 3.
3. Right. Got it.
Okay, you
We're up
got
to
it.
5.
And then
Yeah, we're up to
because you
5.
were successful and you purchased
Well,
threat,
and
that's the one that he gave. Okay, cool. All right.
that's what actually I bought 2 die, correct? Or
You
does that
used
not
1
count?
momentum and 1 threat.
Okay.
And then so I'm not even gonna I'm gonna put that back. So I'm just back down to 5. Okay, that was complicated, but good news. So you have successfully done a rare site-to-site transport. You are now seated alongside your trusty Commodore, and this shuttle is hauling ass down to the platform. Okay, so we need to now pilot the shuttle. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more bad news. This is going to be difficult to do, but the way you're rolling, maybe it won't be. You have 3 chances to get a success. You can roll 2 more times after the first roll. If you roll unsuccessfully 3 times, the city's out of luck and these people are dead. Okay? So just be aware of that. Piloting the shuttle down to get into a perfect landing position, you need to roll a daring plus con for a difficulty of 3. Now, Fernanda, you can assist as well.
Okay.
I think it's another situation where it would be you roll 1d20 to help. Okay. So,
Okay.
and I think that would be a daring and con as well. But you guys could also decide who you want to do the main role because you each have. So you have a daring of 11 and a con of 4, Thravic, and Commodore, you have a daring of 9 and a con of 3. So I'm going to probably assume Commander Thravic wants to take the main role there.
I would assume so, yes.
That would be a good idea.
Okay.
So what happened? What I'm envisioning is like Commander Travick just perfectly sits on the co-pilot seat of the shuttle. Commodore Zen just stands up and say, "Oh yes, Commander." Like unfazed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have at it.
All right. So if you can roll, so it is a difficulty of 3. So you start with your 2d20s. You do have the one from Fernando. So that's 3. That would have to basically be, all 3 would have to be perfect. So you could spend momentum. Again, you
Right.
could spend threat. Let me know what you want to do.
As long as we're okay with it, because we got more back, I'm going to use the momentum to get a third die.
Okay. Fernando, what's your question?
Can I instruct Commander Travick, aka rally him to boost our chances?
The rally is to generate momentum.
Yes. What I'm trying to do is to build more momentum.
Yeah, it's a new act.
Yeah,
I'll allow it. Go ahead. So it's presence and command for difficulty is 0. So 2 dice. And what does that look like for you?
And command is a 15.
And you want to give some like words of encouragement?
Reminding Commander Travick the importance of this flight. No pressure at all. I got a 3 and I got a 16. So one
momentum.
Dice.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And now are we going to do the main roll?
Yep.
So I believe Commander Thravik, you're spending 1 momentum for the 3rd dice. So
Yes.
Chris, if you could monitor that, please. And then the extra 1d20 for daring and con as well from Fef. So can you guys roll for a total of 16, I believe is your target number? 15.
I would get 15.
15. So go ahead and roll for that.
I got a 12.
Okay. Okay. Whew. You hit yours perfectly, Fef. So what did you roll?
I got a 10, a 5, and a 14. I hit them all.
Okay, you did. So you needed 3. You got an extra, and you got an extra. So that, God, you guys are generating momentum like wildcats. Okay.
Good.
2 added momentum there. You got it on the first try. So that is really good. Your nimble shuttle darts between debris, avoids the swirl of turbulent clouds, and begins to gain on the falling district. You're close enough now to see the damaged area where the civilians are gathered. If you can pull in closely and carefully enough, you'll be able to land not too far from them. So now you guys need to determine landing the shuttle. So the city, right? This city that is as detached from itself has tilted at a really alarming angle, and landing the shuttle in a stable position is going to take some more delicate flying. Luckily, there's a landing pad in sight as you guys are making your way down. And again, this is going to be a roll to try and land. How does that look for you? What do you guys want to do?
We're going to land.
You're going to land. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the right answer. If you could give me a control and con, please, for a another 15. It's a difficulty of 2. So I don't know if you want to spend more
You
momentum.
said
or just go
control
for
and
it.
you
Yeah.
said control and con.
Oh, sorry,
That'd
that's
be
14. I can't math.
And it's a difficulty 2.
Yeah. Again, I mean, you have your Commodore, so you can get one other dice to assist, or you can spend. You guys have a shit ton of momentum, so
I say if you're willing to assist, I would say let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Stabilizing initial dampeners.
yeah. So for you, it's a 11, and it's a 14 for you as well, which is where 12. Yeah, 14 for you as well.
4.
4.
We have a problem.
Ooh.
I got a 20 and a 14.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So we
But-
passed, but we got a complication.
you got one. Well, you got one
I
though.
got-
You got one
I
success.
got one and she got one.
So the complication.
But-
Does the complication happen no matter what? If it's a success though, I don't think it does. It's your friendly GM Julian here, and as you will find out later in this session, even though Commodore Zen rolled a success and Commander Thravik rolled a success, if you roll a 20, you get a complication no matter what. This is something that's going to come up later in the game, but we didn't determine it until that point. But there should have been a complication here, but there wasn't. Back to the game. Because you succeed on your roll and her roll, so I think the complication goes out the window. I can give you a complication if you want.
I'm not asking for a complication. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say, because you got the successes, I think that negates the third dice, so I think you're okay. Okay. In the spirit of being nice, because you guys don't need any trouble, and I just want the game to flow, you succeeded, so I'm fine with that. All right, you guys successfully landed, so that is good. So your shuttle's not damaged or anything. So now it's all about aiding and getting these people to safety, right? So the ground around you is scattered with rubble that vibrates in place as shocks run through the entire district. The civilians are nearby, but you'll have to run, climb, and leap to get to them. So yeah, are you guys running towards the danger?
Absolutely.
We are
I don't run from a fight.
Danger is part of the job.
Okay, so can each of you, just because there's like a shit ton of debris and like falling everything around, I wouldn't normally make you do this, but the game wants me to do it, so I'm gonna listen to the game. Can you each roll 2d20s for a difficulty of 1, a fitness and security task, please? So for you, fitness and security, 11 plus 5 is a 16. So 2d20s, and then for you, Commodore,
it is a 12.
A 12. Can you roll those for me, please?
And you said a difficulty of 1.
1. So you roll 2d20s. You just need one of them to get it.
I got them both. I got a 7 and a 14.
Sweet.
That's an extra one.
Okay. Do I need to buy a momentum dice on this one?
No, I don't think you should.
Okay, I got an 11 and a 15. Pass.
You're good. Okay. And you get 1 momentum break because
I went over.
You went over? Okay, cool. All right. So what does getting towards these civilians look like for you guys? I want to give you guys a chance to play this out a bit.
So I see that we are going side by side, leaping and hooping and going towards the civilians. Commander Thravik is slightly ahead of Commodore Zen. Commodore Zen does not really like it. But oh well. And she will say, "Get in line. We are leaving. Come on."
Well, before you do that, I have some more bad news for you.
Oh no.
Did she trip and fall?
Well, she tripped and fell, and as she got up, noticed that the door, as I spend 2 more threat, that leads to the transporter room where all these 10 people have been gathered, has been blocked off by a massive metal beam. What do you do?
There is only one way to the transporter room.
You could look around. I mean, look around your surroundings and see. I would say more than likely because of the damage done. But if you want to look around, you can. But again, this thing is going to hit the hard deck very soon. Remember, you guys have gear and stuff, so you have like your usual away team gear. So,
can we blast the controls out of the door open?
There's a beam in front of it, though.
The door isn't the issue; it's the beam blocking it.
This one, how big is this beam?
Massive.
Could we make a communication with the people on the transporter room inside to transport them just outside of the... Could it have a range to just transport it just outside the door and we can get the hell out of there?
The city detached from the main part of the city, there's no power on this platform anymore. Everything's destroyed. The fact that these people are still alive is actually pretty miraculous.
I don't know what my survival would do. I feel like I just want to go lift the beam off, but I don't know if I've got the strength.
I think Andorians are pretty strong.
Can you like combine your strengths?
One to twin powers activate.
I don't want to lean you guys one way or the other on this, but there is a pretty easy answer to this. Falling.
Can we get is the Star Trek equivalent of an air tag?
Like a
beacon.
A locator?
Beacon.
Like the tag that Data had in the movie. Which movie
I know
was
what you're talking. It was in Nemesis. Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't think that's something that you guys would have on you, and I don't think that technology was created yet. So just to give you a reminder of the gear that you have, as this city is going to hit the hard deck very soon, you have your tricorder, you have your phaser, and you have your communicator.
That phaser's starting to sound like an awful good option at this point.
I'm either going to lift it off or I'm going to phaser it out.
No,
But I don't know
can we communicate? Can we reach Challenger from there? Can we call them?
There is a lot of interference, so I would let you make the attempt, but it's going to be like a difficulty of 3 because your city is falling and there's debris and there's like atmospheric disturbances, so it's going to be hard to get from specifically where you guys are right now, because like, remember, this is like a gas giant planet. Like, this thing is just falling into nothingness, which is like did you guys ever see watch Battlestar Galactica, Maelstrom, the episode? Nobody? Okay, I don't want to spoil anything. There's a scene with Vipers, and a Viper is flying a combat air patrol. And part of the danger of flying this specific combat air patrol is that if it goes down too far, the weight, it's like a submarine, is crushing, right? So as this portion of the city, which is happening as we speak, keeps falling, the pressure, like you guys could probably like feel it by now, like pressure starting to get to you. Gravity is crazy, which I'm not letting you feel the effects of, but like it's getting bad and this thing is just going to implode on itself soon. Go ahead, Fef.
So that is part of the city. Do we have another transporter pad that is still intact in the city?
Yes.
Can we contact Commander Van Jaxa to transport on the communicative signal the people from this place to the transporter pad that is still intact?
The city is moving too fast. It's not possible. The game made sure to make me tell you that. That's impossible.
I just want to phaser this.
Shoot him.
Yeah.
Shoot
I
him.
want to shoot it.
You want to
Shoot
shoot?
the
Okay.
beam.
So what does that look like for you? Like, how are you going to phaser this?
Well, I have a phaser type 2. I'm going to aim it and blast it as high as I can.
Okay. So no, that's why I'm asking. So are you putting your phaser on the highest setting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully it'll vaporize it.
Commodore Zen, do you want to help Commander Thravik try and phase it?
Yep.
Okay. So can each of you please roll a control and security for a difficulty of 1, please?
Control and security. That
That's a
means
15.
14 for me.
And a 15 for you, Thravik.
Oh, I failed both of them.
Okay.
I won both.
Okay.
I got a 3 and an 8.
Okay. And what did you roll by chance, Fernanda?
16 and 17.
For difficulty of 1?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter because Commander Thravik also succeeded and you don't need multiple people to get this, but good thing you didn't roll complications. I would have been a little bit mean. Okay. So you phase the beam, you have it on your highest setting, which as we all know is a disintegration setting. It works. The beam goes away and you get to the door. The door is closed, but like it's, there's like a, like when power goes out, but there's like the crack.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably, yeah. What do you guys do?
pry open the doors.
Hey, we're leaving. Come on.
All right, good. So as you get to the civilians, you discover there's 10 of them and that several of them require medical attention. Some of them critically, okay? So out of the 10, 3 of them are seriously injured, okay? So you need to... Well, I'll leave it up to you guys what you want to do. What do? You have 10 people, 3 of them are severely injured. Those 3 people can't leave unless they get medical attention.
Oh.
I mean, I have a medicine of 1, so that's not going to cut.
Yeah, me either. I got a 1. I could put a Band-Aid on. That's about it.
We do have kind of a first aid kit on the shuttle or something like that.
I would say you probably brought it with you.
Can we do some like first aid, like on the spot, just to get them going, and have the civilians that can still be standing just get moving and get these people out of here?
So yeah, you can absolutely try to do first aid. Both of you. So there's 3 of them. Here's the deal. Each of you has the ability to try first aid once, and then you got to go. Commodore Zen, for you, that would be a difficulty 2, daring and medicine. So a target of 10 and a target of 12 for you, Commander Thravik. So you guys did generate a ton of momentum.
Yes, and I'm going to buy. Can I buy like 2 momentum?
That would buy you 1 dice, and you need to spend, I think, 2 more to get another dice. I believe the price goes up per dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to buy 1 momentum.
Okay.
For a total of 3 dice.
Okay. You want to do your roll first?
And I will say that I have an ability called Patient, which is a species ability. When Zenk succeeds at a task where she purchases 1 or more D20s by spending momentum, she generates 1 bonus momentum for each D20 purchased.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so you already have 1 in there, so cool. All right, good.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for me, and then I'll have Commander Thravik do a roll too after.
Bloody hell. I got a 19, an 11, and a 13. Woohoo! Could not do anything.
Okay. That
Medicine
gives you
is not my
a complication. Now I have to think about what that complication is.
Person die on my hands. That's complicated.
I'm probably honestly like, yeah, that person before you can help them just passes away, unfortunately. Sorry. Commander Thravik, do you want to do your roll? And are you buying momentum?
I'm going to buy 1.
Okay. And can you give me a roll of 12, please? For 3 dice, right? Target of 12.
Which one was it, though?
It is daring and medicine.
Oh, daring. Okay. No, so yeah, 12.
Difficulty of 2.
Yeah, I got a 15, a 13, and 11.
Okay. So no complications. You're unsuccessful. That person is still just injured. So one of them is dead, and you have 2 that are still critically injured. So yeah, it's up to you guys to figure out what to do with, obviously the ones that aren't hurt, you can get them, but you have 2 who are in critical condition.
Can these 2 be moved on the rush? I know that this is going to probably worse their conditions, but it's better to take a shot than to let them to die here.
You can absolutely move them. You'd have
pick
to
them up?
Yeah, you can. Getting back to the shuttle doesn't require a roll, but because you're picking someone up, you are going to have to do a fitness and security check.
Yeah.
Is anybody else picking one up? You could also do you want to talk to the civilians and see if anybody wants to volunteer?
Whoever is in the best chance, in the best conditions, 100% will carry the colleague.
All right, so do you want to give that order to someone?
Yes. 100%. You look good enough. Come on.
All right, so I like this. So the Commodore directs one of the other civilians to pick up the severely injured one. You're carrying one on your shoulder. So Fef and the rest are in, making their way back to the shuttle. They get there fine. And then can you roll a difficulty 1 fitness and security check for me, please, Commander Thravik? So an 11 and a 5. 2 dice.
I got a 3 and a 15.
You're good. That's a success. So, and I think you get 1 momentum
1.
for
Because
that.
I got both of them over you.
Yep. Okay. So, you manage to rescue 9 of the 10 civilians with 1 KIA, unfortunately. So you guys make your way back into the shuttle and you start flying it away. Stay tuned though, because you're going to maybe be needed. So don't go all the way up to Challenger yet. That is the end of scene 1 of Act 2. You guys did a really good job. Like one death
Yay.
from that. That's pretty damn good. Does anybody
Lots
need
of successes.
a quick
Yeah.
Does anybody need a quick break before we go to scene 2? Okay, I need maybe like a 3 of we're
If
gonna
you need one, then say you need one.
because we're
Right.
gonna
Yes.
maybe have a special guest tonight for scene
Oh.
2.
Hmm.
All right.
So 5-minute break and we'll be back.
Sure.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right.
Commander Venjaxa, for you first, did you successfully get that that second beam out site set up?
We hadn't touched that yet.
Okay, so do you want to try and activate your
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that is a control and engineering. Were we doing difficulty of 2s for the setup?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, difficulty of 2, a control and engineering to get those second pattern enhancers set up. So 2 dice, 15.
5 and 11.
All right. So you successfully get those pattern enhancers set up. What do you want to do?
I want to let the Commodore know to start directing people over here so we can start beaming them up.
Well, maybe not the Commodore. I think because she's in the shuttle, you probably just
Commander.
want to honestly. Yeah, they're both in the shuttle. You probably
All right,
just want to
start
like.
yell-
Traffic and the
I'm
Commodore
going to
are
start
there.
yelling at people.
You
Come
yeah.
on over. We can start beaming you out.
Okay, I told you I wouldn't make you do a roll for every single time we have to transport people up, but because this is the first time we're using the enhancer,
Right.
You know, this will be like a group of, let's call this 25. Okay. And then like they'll continue doing pretty well, but I'll have you still do a roll. Again, I think we were doing a difficulty of 3 for the beam outs because of all the interference and everything.
Right.
So if you can give me another control and engineering roll for a difficulty of 3. So you need 2 dice and you could spend momentum or threat. It's up to you.
Anyone eject? We have 5 momentum, and we eject if I take 1.
Use it.
All right, cool. So yeah, 15, 3 dice.
2, 9, and 15.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so successful. These people make it up safe. More people are starting to make it up. So, great job. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, Jesse, do I have some fun for you?
Oh, good.
So you're doing your.
I'm all by myself with the plants. Let's go.
You're doing your fun thing. Probably, I don't know. Like, I feel like you're the type of science officer would probably be sitting like crisscross applesauce watching these guys doing your
I've got my tricorder. I'm reading, I'm watching, I'm reading, I'm watching.
So the steady hum of the reactor core fills the chamber, a rhythmic pulse of energy casting flickering shadows along the walls. Lieutenant Hernandez watches the Brazilians, their vine-like tendrils coiled around the core, feeding, shifting lazily in the soft glow of the core and feeding off of that radiation.
Oh.
Then everything stops. The creatures go eerily still as if frozen mid-motion. Their tendrils, once draped fluidly across the reactor, suddenly tighten, pulling inward, rigid and alert. The soft bioluminescent glow that you scanned, once that like you figured out has the radiation, that pulse, that's stopped now. Okay? And then for a long, breathless moment, they do not move. Then, as one, they rise. Tendrils that once fed on the core snap upward, stretching tall, twisting, almost listening. And then they flee. With startling speed, the Brazonians peel away from the core, their massive tendrils slithering backward, retracting from the reactor's energy field. Their movements are not erratic, not panicked, but deliberate, as if responding to an unseen call. They rush past you, ignoring you completely, and like, it's just crazy. So one by one, they pour out of the chamber, slipping into the corridors of Cressida's falling structure. Then, just as suddenly as they had frozen, they are gone. Did you just say, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. You could do with that as you will. You probably want to report that to someone.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna let the Commodore know.
Okay, so what does that look like?
I mean, we don't. Flip out. Chirp. No chirps yet. I'm gonna call the Commodore. I mean, I think she's a little busy right now, but she'll get the message.
Yeah. So I will give you a couple minutes to figure out what you want to do. Like, you're kind of, there's nothing really to do in this room anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna follow them. I mean, unless they're that fast that
They're
I
gone.
couldn't possibly have followed.
You can't. They're gone,
No.
gone. Yeah.
And like what direction? There's no like.
You have.
But was the glowing gone when they left?
Yes. Not in the core. The core still is.
The core is
somewhat
still working, but I
functioning.
mean the glowing that was inside of them, their bellies.
Once they
were all-
detached, it like stopped.
right, and then
Yeah.
they just bolted out.
They bolted out.
So maybe they're in. Well, I'd say that they're probably intelligent, which I have been saying since the start. But you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and yeah, I'm going to report that back to science on the ship and whoever's monitoring, and I'm going to let Commander Zen know. And if they're gone, then I'm going to go upstairs and check on the transporter.
Okay. So that's what you're doing.
Finished.
Who are you going to go help out? Are you going to help out Commander Tanan, or are you going to help out Commander Venjaxa?
So I was in the building that we were repairing the giant transporter pad.
Yep.
I don't think anybody was up there.
You could, yeah.
Ship
So
was
right now,
doing their thing.
yeah. So right now, a civilian that you guys trusted to kind of lead the evacuation, they're doing it. They're doing a good job. I mean, I wouldn't say it would hurt for there to be like a Starfleet presence, but if you trust what's happening there, you could obviously go topside and help as well.
If everything's moving smoothly there and people are getting off the planet, then
Shuttles are flying, transporters happening, like the evacuation's going well.
going smoothly.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'm gonna step out and
Okay.
see what's going on.
Cool. Awesome. And then
See if maybe I can figure out where they ran to or what is controlling them.
we're gonna figure that out
Okay.
in Act 3.
Okay.
But I just wanted to give you that nugget of information. And then now I will quickly go get our guest since I lied about the break. I'll be right back. So, scene 2, profit and persuasion.
Oh,
get
boy.
the dog.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to come in. So, an argument breaks out. Remember that Orion woman who was like, oh shit, the city's falling. She's at the closest BMSI, so she's with Ensign Tanan and now Lieutenant Hernandez, because you, I think, went to see what's going on. So an argument breaks out between the city's leader and somebody else, who is a Nausicaan archaeologist. Okay, so here we go. You are approached, and I would say Ensign Tanan and Lieutenant Hernandez are approached by the richly dressed Orion woman who spoke to you before. Her clothes are in disarray, and she's been clearly helping organize the evacuation up until now. Following immediately behind her are a pair of, what is that word? Obsequious Orion guards. Jesus, Star Trek Adventures. Obsequious Orion guards, as well as a disgruntling looking old Nausicaan woman with an ornate cane. The Orion draws herself up to full height and says, I am Administrator Veda Damaad, and although I commend your actions thus far, I must commandeer one of your transporters. Your assistance in this matter is greatly appreciated. With each word Damaad says, the Nausicaan woman's face grows more and more outraged until she suddenly bursts out,
You selfish, spoiled slug. People are dying in the fluid strata, and you want to divert more resources away?
That's my girl.
Obsequious.
The Nausicaan woman turns to you and implores,
Please, Starfleet is known for its altruistic spirit. These creatures aren't just attacking Cressida, they're also attacking the indigenous Kizomans below. I understand you're here to evacuate the city, but can you please spare some weapons to arm the Kizomans so they can protect their homes?
So obviously we have an ensign and a lieutenant who just got bombarded by the person who runs the city and an archaeologist. What do you want to do?
All right.
I defer
sorry.
to you, Lieutenant.
Oh, great.
Well, I was going to
Don't
say,
worry, I'm going to
I
ask you to read some minds in a minute.
was just going to say I would like to do that.
Yeah, what kind of... I'm going to turn to 10 and I'm going to say, do you have a feeling, is anybody lying here? Is anybody, like, genuine?
So yeah, I'd like
doing
to be
that.
able to sense both of them and see what's going on.
Okay, so that is absolutely something you can do. That is your telepathic. So you could kind of read you can't read their minds, but you can read their, like, that kind of thing, kind of like Deanna. So that would be an insight. And it's really interesting. How would you use telepathy? I'm open to suggestions. I'm kind of leaning towards insight and command.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Right?
It doesn't really say.
Yeah, because commanding, yeah. Insight, I feel like, I mean, you could also say control because you're using control. You need to control your mind. I'm up for however you feel. I'm either for control or insight. I would think more insight than control.
I mean, my control is higher, so it'd be nice to have that. But if
I do think insight's more appropriate, but
Okay.
it's I mean, whatever you are more comfortable, whatever you think is the right choice here.
I think insight, that makes the most
Okay.
sense.
I mean,
I'd be fine with that.
wouldn't insight be like insight into the situation?
Well, right, but isn't that what you're
Yeah.
asking for? Right? Like to read them?
True.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say insight. Yeah. Okay. So can you roll? And I mean, this is you're a beta Z, so this is what you do. It'll only be a difficulty 1. Can you roll so 2 d20s for a insight and command, please?
All right, 7 and 12. So I did get the 1.
You got the 1, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as you can tell, no one's lying. Like they're both genuine in what they're asking for, but other than that, you don't really know what's going on. Also, just a quick reminder here. This is a beam out zone. Like people need to be getting evacuated. These are two kind of, in my opinion, like VIPs. This might not be the most appropriate place for the conversation. And you do have that shuttle and a holding pattern, just to put that out there.
Yeah, well, I think the first thing I'm going to do, I am not qualified to call anything off or change any arrangements right now. My orders are to get people off of this planet as fast as I can, and anything that's going to divert from that, I'm going to call the captain.
Okay. So do you want to tell Commodore Zen about this?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
so go ahead and do that.
Okay. Yeah,
Have a conversation.
Yeah. Then I have 2 people here. One of them is asking us to divert one of our transporters for their own personal use.
We are not doing that.
That's what I thought.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
And the other wants, what did you say? They wanted an arm, right? You want to tell her about that too? Or they wanted to...
They
Help.
want
They wanted
weapons.
weapons.
They wanted weapons.
Oh, I missed that.
What was the line again?
They want to give weapons to the indigenous population
Yes.
of the planet, which is also a prime directive. No go.
Do you
Yeah, no.
do you want to maybe swing by and pick up these VIPs and have this conversation somewhere else?
That's an excellent idea.
Okay. So I'm not going to go through the craziness of making you roll to try and land the shuttle. You guys explain to me what's happening with the shuttle and everything and picking these VIPs up. Role play.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them that the captain will be right here, but we're not changing anything, and we're getting as many people off of this planet as we can until my captain gets here and she can make that call.
Well, that's good because I demand to speak to her immediatay.
She's all
Okay,
yours.
Karen.
Good luck.
Oh, I am totally a Karen in this situation. Not the Karen.
Literal Karen here.
Oh, I just called the manager.
All right, Commodore, what's happening? Is your shuttle landing?
Yes, the shuttle is landing, and Commodore gets out of the shuttle, looks at the shuttle cargo area with 9 people, 2 of them highly injured. She does not really have a very friendly face. Say, you, hop in. We are going to take this conversation up on the Challenger now.
I give us like a harumph, and fine. That sounds adequate.
As long as we will discuss the needs of the Kizuman people who are in need of help.
So I walk up, you walk up. I have another suggestion. You don't have to take it, but Ensign Tanan, this might be a situation where if this conversation is going to continue, your Beta Z experience could help the Commodore, and possibly if Commander is a conversation happening, to help judge the situation if you wanted to go.
Yeah, Commodore, I think it would be a great idea for me to come along, and that way I can ensure these conversations go smoothly.
Excellent idea. Commander, I can take it from here. I trust your good service here on ground to keep going on the evacuation plans. Good job, Lieutenant. And she will look at the VIPs. Carry on the mission to get as many people out of here as possible.
Is there something that I can do to help this? I forgot their name already.
The
Kizomans.
Well, the idea is that they're going to go up to talk about this and maybe make a decision. I think you guys right now, both of your tones, is a third option. So I was going to suggest, Jesse, it's completely up to you, but like, you've taken all of these scans. You have a good idea about this radiation. You don't know where, and you wouldn't be able to figure out where they went, but the Brazonians have gone somewhere. So I don't know if you want to stay on the ground and keep helping, or if you want to go back up to Challenger 2 and go to like the science lab and like study the radiation and figure some stuff out. So, and because there's also, remember, one thing that we really haven't touched on here that is important. This is a like rift in time and space, like pulling the city in. This is why it's been certain. We've barely touched on that. So something to consider as well.
Question, Julian?
Yep.
The pattern enhancers, does somebody need to be running those?
Well, I believe that Commodore Zen just put Commander Thravik back in command of this platform since Ensign Tanan is going back up to Challenger.
Got it. Okay.
So we have 3 pads going. We have a citizen doing one of them. Jax is on one, and then Tenon, and then Thravik.
And also shuttles bringing people up. The evacuation is going very well.
Okay. All right. So
I'm gonna go science.
So you're going back up to Challenger as well?
If that's okay with the Commodore.
Yep. Good job.
All right.
By the way.
So with that, Commodore Zen, the VIPs, Ensign Tanan, Lieutenant Hernandez, all get into the shuttle. The shuttle takes off. It's a rocky freaking trip back up to Challenger with everything going on. But they make it, and the VIPs are getting out, and they give me 1 second. Yeah, so they get off the shuttle. Ubiquitous, whatever the word was. They get off the shuttle once you guys are in the shuttle bay. By the way, the shuttle bay also is partly the cargo bay, so like there's a shit ton of refugees in here too. It's busy, but Vaad, I believe my name is, right? Damaad is like, we need to talk about the transporter situation right now. I have valuables that need to be taken care of.
Nothing is more valuable to me and my crew than the lives of these people. If we have time for valuables, then we take the valuables, but that is the very lowest on my priority.
I don't think you have the full understanding of the situation, Commodore. Could we maybe go talk about this in your ready room?
There is no time for that. The people who are on this planet need assistance. They need weapons to be able to fight back from these creatures who are trying to kill them.
These people is pre-warp civilization. I'll have to take to clear any kind of intervention with Starfleet Command.
You do realize that the Kizomans have already been influenced. They're aware of Cressida and its inhabitants. They are not untouched.
Can I tell Zen that I think they're intelligent? Did I tell you that? I tried to.
You haven't yet, but you probably should, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Commander Zen that I think the plants that we were thinking were just mindlessly eating are definitely intelligent. I'm going to tell you what happened in the transporter room. Actually, you might have actually been away from your keyboard when that happened. Yeah, I think they're definitely intelligent. Something happened and they were mindlessly feeding until something called them. And they stopped feeding and whizzed by. They ignored me completely. They whizzed right past me. I couldn't follow them. But I do believe they're either intelligent or being controlled by someone who is intelligent.
If we could get back to the conversation about arming these people and the transporters, please. You know, finally, Commodore, someone with sense, Starfleet's beloved prime directive, is it right? Right? You'd risk direct interference by handing weapons to a pre-warp civilization?
They already know about aliens. The Crescidans trade with them regularly. You think they haven't seen technology beyond their own? Your order is meaningless here.
First of all, you, Orion, miss, just get out of here. Go find some quarters. I will deal with you later.
Commodore, I don't think you quite understand. There are shipments of Elysium, is one of the greatest and rarest elements in this sector. Its applications range from starship construction to high-efficiency energy matrices. Starfleet itself benefits from this resource. Are you really willing to let it plummet into a gas giant's depths? I need your transporters.
You don't care about its applications. You care about its profit. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth, Damaad. You plan to sell transporter priority to your corporate friends so they can save their personal collections, don't you?
I'm an administrator. I make deals, and if Starfleet helps me now, I could leverage my contacts to return the favor later. Klingon houses, Orion merchants, even some in the Romulan Star Empire. Influence Starfleet can use, if I'm not mistaken, right now.
Typical.
Commodore will just look at Ensign Tannen like, what are they thinking?
I would ask for the same roll if you're gonna scan us.
Yep. Okay. 2. Let's see. All right. 4 and 8. So 2 successes.
I think you get a momentum back for that because it's a difficulty one.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, we're both telling the truth. You know, she's really concerned about the Kizomans and. Yeah.
Can't you even learn their names?
No, I can't. I don't care about them. I care about my shipments.
So materialistic.
No, and I care about getting these valuables off of the planet. That is kind of my sole focus, Damaad's sole focus.
First of all, medics, we have injured people here. She's completely ignored the bickering. So somebody from sick bay, come here and start making a triage. Lieutenant, and she's completely ignoring the bickering. Lieutenant, go to the science lab. I want as much information as you possibly can from your scans.
Yes, Commodore.
I want to know if the plant people are really intelligent or if they're being controlled by somebody else. That will indicate how we're going to be operating from now on. And
Yes.
then she will turn to the bickering and say, are you done?
These people will die without help.
Yes, I do understand that. But my orders stand. We need to evacuate the civilians first. And then we figure out valuables. And I am 100% not going to give weapons.
Okay, so you're
Or
making that
pre-warp
decision?
conditions.
You're not arming the Kizmoans?
I am not going to arm Kizimians.
Okay, awesome. And you're not helping me? You're not giving a
No.
transporter? Okay. So, that means that those two options are out, and you guys need to come up with a third option. And I need to ask now, because where we're at ends this act and ends this scene. You guys can role play this out. If you're not helping Urotoxa, and if you're not helping Damaad, what are you doing? Because what I was going to tell you happens in Act 3. Well, as we're having this discussion, the Bryzonians that you saw skirt away, those Bryzonians or Bryzoans have massed into one super creature
Ooh.
and have attacked the Kismoans.
Then changes the subject.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just telling you now, it does change the subject, but you've made your decision. So
Well, we decided not to arm them.
arm
We
them.
didn't
Right.
decide
No,
not
I
to
know.
help
Oh,
them.
I know. I
Didn't
know.
say we'd go
I know.
help-
That's
we
what
wouldn't help
but
them.
that's what I'm saying. So now you do need to come up with an alternate solution. I will let that happen, and then we will end the scene if you guys want to role play that out.
So I think the first order of business is to get the science going.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to scan. I know that they're pre-warp, but so there's not going to be any transporter pads there. They're in the atmosphere, if I remember
They
correctly.
are. They're in like the inner atmosphere, or the it's the fluid layer. The fluid layer of the atmosphere.
Okay.
Am I missing
That's so cool.
The
What?
fluid layer of
Oh.
Kizomic is you will need EVA suits to get
If you
into
were going to
there.
go down there, which again, if you're trying not to break General Order 1 or the Prime Directive, then you might not be going down there. But if you're trying to science the solution, like you were going to try that, so there's options.
Okay, so there is a young captain called James Kirk that once did a solution that was aiming a phaser into an entire planet.
Captain Kirk still. Oh, you're just talking about him. Okay, sorry.
Can we lock the phasers into these massive creatures if it poses a really, really bad threat?
What if it's intelligent?
I would argue after everything that you've learned and you've scanned and you've seen, especially when they're a group, they are intelligent.
Okay.
So I don't think that's even a question anymore.
Now
You
that
can
I'm
go.
on the ship, can I see if they are
Say bye to Karen.
communicating with someone?
Can we use a deflector dish to send a signal to the creature?
You could, but you have to figure out what you're using the deflector dish to do, whether it's a signal or like. Yes. So okay, let me answer that in two ways. So yes, the deflector dish is totally an option. Two, but in order to do that, you would have to take Challenger, which is an option, into that fluid layer. Okay.
Okay. Some more fancy flying, that's what I'm hearing.
So we're going into the fluid layer. We already know that they know that post-warp civilization exists because they've been trading with the other people that we've been. So
They do if they see the ship. I feel like that's not. I mean, honestly, that's up to the Commodore.
I mean, we've been flying shuttles through
Exactly.
it all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. So, Lieutenant, you and Ensign go hit the science. I need to know how we can use the deflector dish to communicate with these guys.
You got it. All right. I mean, we can try. I would start with trying with a universal translator. Once it's a big thing, try to send it a message. Is that gonna work? Wait, we got a psychic. Why doesn't he? A telepath. Sorry.
Well, and one of my focuses is universal translator, so this could work.
Can you try to talk to it?
Yeah, think I could do it.
Well,
Can I do it? Is the question.
Yeah.
hold on a second. Before we do that, did Challenger go yet? Because this is going to take some flying.
So we need to go down through.
I would say if you're going
In
to try
order.
to like telepath it or like communicate with it, you might need to be in a closer range. Yeah.
And taking the shuttle is way too dangerous.
I would just also say real quick that Fef, you were onto something with the deflector dish. I just don't want you guys to rule that out either, especially with things that you've learned, Lieutenant Hernandez.
Can we use the deflector dish to simulate the radiation that which they were feeding on?
Yeah.
Lure them
and
away.
Draw them to it.
Before we go any further,
Bring them to
because
us.
this is great. Are we still playing? It's 10:25. We can go into Act 3 and start this. Act 2's done.
Before that, I want to call the ground team. How we doing?
Been sending people up.
Beaming's been no issues here, Commodore.
So let me just give you guys, I know we were trying not to like be technical with time and stuff. I would say it took like 10 minutes to get up to Challenger on the shuttle. You guys have had like a somewhat lengthy conversation with the administrator. I would say like 45 minutes has passed, so keep that in mind when you're giving your report.
How many people are we talking about? How many Cosmonians are we talking about? Like 100 or like 10,000?
It does not matter. It's an entire civilization.
Absolutely, but we can rescue 100 people in EV suits. 10,000 people is going to take...
You are not going to be able to rescue 100 people in EV suits, because the EV suits are going to have a limited time available on in their capital, as well as the fact that you're going to be diverting resources from the evacuation already happening.
How many people are we still left on the ground? Because if you're talking about 45 minutes between all these things, shuttles flying back and forth.
So we got 9 on the shuttle. So for simple math reasons, we'll call it 10. My first beam was 25. So we'll say that it's been 25. We'll say at 50, so up to 60. The ensign was working on the other pad, and the lieutenant. So they were they able to do 25 at a time too, Julian?
Yep.
And
yes. Okay.
25.
So that means 25 times 2.
There's a third
so
transporter too.
And there's the cargo transporter, which I think we were saying was doing like 50 at a time?
I think it was...
Or maybe
people.
25, 30, maybe 30.
I thought you said it would...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Commodore. I'm sorry. We'll say that the cargo bay was doing 30, so that's 30, 60. Another 100 between the two pattern enhancers we had, plus the 10 in the shuttle. So that's 140.
But then we took 45 minutes just to talk the Karens out of
that
it.
140 is during this 45 minutes. Okay. So we had 100.
So while you were talking to the Karens, they were still doing their thing.
So we had 125 in the previous session. Now another 140. That is 265. And how many did we have in the first act?
I think we started with 6.
It was supposed to be 600.
I think we are like more than halfway done, at least. Because I don't imagine that each load of transporter takes that long. So if we are thinking that we have to refresh the buffers every 10 minutes, for example, it means that each hour goes like 6 loads of 25. So that is 150 in one transporter room, one transporter buffer.
Well, Julian was saying because of the atmospheric conditions that we were having to reset the pattern enhancers each time.
Yeah, because there's the atmospheric.
How long does it take to
let's say like
refresh?
Only a couple minutes, but it's still minutes, each time.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if it takes 10 minutes to refresh the pattern buffers, so it's 25 people every 10 minutes. So in 1 hour goes 25 times 6, which is 150 from one transporter room, buffer enhancer. We have 3. Actually, we have 2 that is operating on the same efficiency rate, and then we have another one that is operating on double. So back on an hour, 1.5, we should be doing okay, pretty much done with the evacuation effort.
I would agree with you. I would agree, Chris. I know you wanted to say something.
No, I was listening to Pfeff, and I was doing the math out, and I think she's right. We should be down to the last 50 or 75 at this point.
I'm gonna give you another 25 just to give it a clear 100. Okay.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is after we get through the first scene of Act 3, you guys have one more chance to do rolls for those final 100, and just depending on how those go, will kind of be the final tally. Okay, because since we didn't do the extended, complicated event that I don't think anybody wanted to do. So Okay, good. So 100 left. It's going exceedingly well.
Lieutenant, I want to know if it's possible and how much resources are going to take.
I think we need an engineering team. I mean, if we want to try to communicate with the plant.
Well, do you want to try and communicate, or that's the question, I guess, between you guys. Do you want to try and communicate, or do you just want to try and use the deflector dish to mimic the radiation to kind of maybe...
If we use the radiation, like the deflector dish, to mimic the radiation, which brings them closer to us, I could then potentially try to communicate with them and maybe not have to bring Challenger into that layer.
No matter what, you're going to have to bring Challenger into the layer.
We're breaking the...
But if we use the deflector dish to mimic the radiation, it will draw their attention away from the inhabitants and then focus their attention on us.
But I was watching it feeding, and it was happy and yummy with the radiation, and something stopped it. It suddenly stopped.
I thought I gave you that information. I'm sorry. It stopped because it was called to the Cosmonians, to the city, to become the one giant. It melded, right? It became one giant organism. But
there's something that can make it stop.
Could it be?
It was them. It was the
Brys.
I will never get their name right. The Bryzoans.
Lieutenant, could it be that it's just another phase of their life cycle?
It all happened at once at the same time. It seemed intelligent.
Yeah, we are intelligent creatures and we have life cycles as well.
I would have to do more research. I don't know enough.
Lieutenant, you have 5 minutes.